Colton, how's my favorite councilman and future family member?
Good, but hey, look, I'd be even better knowing how Ian responded to the offer.
I'm on my way to see him now.
Alright, perfect. Well, look, I've spoken to the trader, and he assures me he can appoint someone who has successfully argued eminent domain cases before. And hey, he's certain of a win in our case.
Colton, if we have to go that route, we'll call him. But I've known Ian and Colleen since they bought that old lighthouse. I feel confident that Ian's gonna take the deal.
You're too optimistic because you're too close to the family. I know you're not pushing as hard as you have in previous projects. Look, man, I know it's
Colton, I will call you when I'm done, all right?
All right, fine.
Hey, what are you baking this time?
Sugar cookies.
The ones with the dusting of sugar on top or the layer of ice?
The ones with the icing.
Those are the best. Just one request for this batch, please.
What's that?
Either make a few extra or don't be too upset should some of them disappear.
Disappear?
I'm not saying that I would have anything to do with it.
Well, I'm glad you said that because that would be stealing, Pastor.
Right.
And I thought you taught against such things.
I absolutely do. I'm just saying, Lord will forgive those who do such things. And as for me, I just ask that, Father, will you help me during my time of trouble?
Cut it out. You are terrible. Listen, what do you think is keeping Wanda? She was supposed to bring Kurt over to hang out with Tommy, and she's never late.
Right.
That's her. Leave my cookies alone. Remember, thou should not steal.
Thou shalt not.
Surprise! Bree! What are you doing here? Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, I'm so happy to see you, but I didn't think you were going to be here until next week.
I know, right?
Well, come on in.
Let's go. Oh my goodness, look at it. It's beautiful.
Ian, look who's here.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Bree.
Merry Christmas. It's so good to see you guys. My vacation doesn't officially start until next week, but Mom and Dad had to go check on Granny in Vermont, so I'll be house sitting for the next few days and thought I'd leave early in hopes that I can convince Colleen to do some Christmas shopping.
Well, I would love to go shopping with you, but your sister's supposed to bring Kurt over to play video games with Tommy. In fact, I thought it was her at the door just now.
Oh, well, I haven't told anybody that I was coming early, so it would be great to see everyone.
You haven't told anybody?
Uh-uh.
Not even Colton.
No? Come on, Colleen. I wanted to get here early so that I could get my Christmas shopping done before Xander Point gets crazy. You know how it is. I mean, now we can just invite Wanda in. She can come with us.
What do you think, babe? I know I said I would bake the cookies.
Babe, listen, I'm used to you going and getting called out on emergency therapy sessions, so let's just call this an emergency shopping session. That'll give me some time to hang out with Kurt and Tommy for a while.
I love you, babe.
I love you too.
That must be Wanda.
Wanda!
Bree?
James? How's my favorite brother-in-law?
You mean your only brother-in-law?
Yeah, looks like I got two surprises today. First, Bree, and now you. I was expecting Wanda to bring Kurt by. Here you are.
Does Colton know you're in town yet?
I just got here a few minutes ago, and I stopped by to see if Colleen wanted to do some Christmas shopping.
Yes, please come in. Ian, James is here.
Good morning, Pastor Sullivan.
Mayor James.
Pastor, why so formal?
Mayor James, I was just looking over the weather reports. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Mary.
I know this tone. Business.
You want a cup of coffee?
No,
It's your first pot?
Hey,
No.
Kurt, I've got everything ready. Mr. James, where's Kurt?
I'm sorry, Tommy. Kurt won't be coming today. He's not feeling well.
Oh, no.
Hey, is everything okay?
Oh, he'll be fine. We think he caught one of those 24-hour viruses or something.
That's too bad. I'll go give him a call.
Kurt's not going to be taking any phone calls or being on social media at this time. You know, kids today, they spend way too much time on social media. As a matter of fact, once he's feeling better, Kurt will be doing more outside activities and spending less time on his phone.
Right. Have a seat.
Thank you, but I can't stay long.
I understand.
It was so good to see you, James. But Bree and I have a lot of holiday shopping to do, so I'll talk to you later, babe.
Okay.
Hey, I'll call Wanda tonight whenever I get home. I'll see you soon.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
All right. Son, Mr. James and I, we need to talk. So if you don't mind, go to your room for a minute. And when we're done, a real pro gamer will teach you how to play video games.
All right.
All right.
Do we know any?
What's on your mind?
I just wanted to come by and let you know that Town Council has approved the project to revitalize Xander Point.
Okay.
We're already a top Christmas destination, and with the tree lighting tomorrow in Town Square, who knows? Maybe next we're the next top travel destination.
Yeah, that's the 22nd.
Yeah, to kick off the last couple of days of Christmas shopping.
Okay.
Listen, Sully, I gotta be honest with you.
We didn't get the restoration grant, did we?
No, we didn't. And Town Council has decided to move forward with revitalizing Xander Point. And unfortunately, they don't share your vision.
Well, what happened to preserving this beautiful lighthouse?
The council's decided that the lighthouse must be torn down. I mean, we've looked at every option available to keep it, but financially, we feel like the money could be put to better use.
Better use.
Better use. What this town needs, Sully, is we need more events and more businesses and more activities to bring in revenue for the town. I mean, Sully, can't you see it? 18-hole golf course, a couple of beautiful resort hotels that match the scenic beauty of the ocean perfectly.
No, I agree. I agree. Xander Point needs to attract jobs and tourism. But at what cost? Destroying the lighthouse?
No offense, Pastor. This is not based on you personally.
I'm not too sure about that.
The lighthouse has become an eyesore.
It's an icon, not an eyesore.
It's very much an eyesore. It's unproductive, it's obsolete, and frankly, it doesn't meet with our current vision or plan for this town.
That lighthouse means more to the people of this town than you realize.
The light in the lighthouse doesn't work, Sully. It hasn't worked in years.
It's not true, James. It's not true. You, of all people, should know. You just want to remove the lighthouse so you can build your golf course and your high-rise hotels. But it's not right. It isn't right.
When was the last time that lighthouse ever helped anyone? Listen, whether you sign these documents or not, the demolition of the lighthouse is moving forward in the first of the year. Will you sign the documents?
No.
Like I said, it's nothing personal. But we all have someone to answer to, Sully. Hey, what's the rush?
What's the rush? Is getting that lighthouse. Where are we with getting that lighthouse, James? Oh my God. He didn't sign the contract, did he?
Not this time, but he'll sign. He'll sign.
Do you understand how tight my schedule is?
I'll make the deadline.
No. I know you're gonna make the deadline.
Look, I'll make the
No,
deadline.
don't interrupt me when I'm talking to you. I don't get to buy my girlfriend a brand new Cartier watch every single Christmas because I waste time. Because time is money, okay? Do you have that contract on you? Yeah, we're not gonna be needing that. I want you to give this to Sam and Colton, okay? I can promise you that neither of them are gonna notice the difference. Can you get this signed?
I got this.
You can get this done?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is...
Okay.
I'll get it done.
You're gonna get it done?
I'll get it done.
You mean that?
We'll get it done.
You mean that?
We'll get it done.
That's good. I believe you. We good? We good?
We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
I love this time of year. Thank you for pulling away from your family today. Did I surprise you?
You sure did. But James was even more surprised.
We both were. You know, I have to admit I was a little disappointed when Juana and Kurt didn't show up today. I'm starting to miss my friends and family.
Yeah. The hospital isn't the same since you left. I sure miss our talks. But I'm glad we got a chance to spend this time together.
Hey, you and me both. You do know that I hope that you and Ian are able to get the restoration grant, don't you?
I sure do.
I just don't understand why Colton is pushing so hard to get a resort built there when he knows how much you guys mean to me.
Oh, thanks, Bree. But you know who he works for. Your brother-in-law.
The mayor.
And don't get me wrong, I know that they have a chance to make a lot of money on this deal.
Please, Colton makes more than enough money as it is. It seems that that's all he thinks about. It's one of the reasons I agreed to the temporary transfer to University Medical. I needed to take the time to figure out who I am and what I want.
Well, everything's starting to make a lot of sense because I noticed you forgot to wear your engagement ring.
Oh, I just forgot it. I mean, I love Colton. I do. You know, he came into my life at a time when I was ready for a strong relationship.
After Jacob.
After Jacob died, I love Colton. I just miss Jacob a lot.
That's natural.
I was just thinking about that last date that we had. Do you remember?
Do I remember? Oh, girl, you were so all over the place. You couldn't figure out whether to paint your dress or wear your nails.
Please, I was not that bad, was I?
Oh, no, you weren't that bad. Huh, please. You were worse.
No. nothing to wear.
Uh-huh.
Get in here. Colleen, come on. I told you. This is an emergency. We've got to go. We've got to go. Nothing. Nothing to wear. I'm supposed to meet Jacob in 2 hours.
But
What?
what is going on with your face?
No. No, my face is gonna be all red. The night that Jacob proposes, my hair's a wreck. I have nothing to wear, and now my face is gonna be all red, and not blush red, but fire engine red.
You're going to look fine, Bree.
Fine. It's for family. Cute is for conversant. And phenomenal is for fiancé. Okay, and don't even start with just be patient, because the right man will come along. If that's the rate we're going, someone's gonna have to pick up the pace.
Where's he taking you?
Chateau on the Wharf.
Oh. Okay, well, okay, calm down, okay? Let's take a deep breath. Come on. And let's get you ready for a wonderful night on the wharf.
You think so?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Girl, you cute. Come on. Oh, yes. Work it. Yes. Do it. Yes.
Work it?
Better. All that.
Well, I will say this, Miss Broughton.
What might that be, Mr. Jacob Edwards?
Every thought I've had about becoming a Marine Corps officer had you in mind.
Agreed. You know, a lot's gonna change,
Agreed. You'll be in med school,
and you'll be serving your country for your 4-year commitment.
and when I find out where I'm stationed, you better come visit me.
You know I will, but Jacob, when you think about it, 4 years is a long time. I mean, you must promise me that you'll stay safe.
Well, the same goes for you. I've heard that finishing med school can be hazardous for your health.
4 more years of school is something I'm pretty sure I can survive.
If you weren't related to James, I'm sure he could just offer you some accountant job. I know I would.
James has already expressed that, but he knows and you know, and I know that my heart is in medicine and healing people and fixing things and trying to make the world a little bit better than we found it.
So you better not forget about me.
I don't know. I've heard that those med students can be very handsome and charming and so very tempting.
Well then, I guess I better figure out a way to keep your attention.
And how might you do that, Mr. Edwards?
Starting a little friendly fire.
You know, I was sure that Jacob and I would end up together forever.
Yes, I know.
I've tried to move on and see the other side of life, but the feeling of loss and abandonment is so real. But being here and seeing my fiance and my brother-in-law use their power and influence in such an unprofessional manner, I'm just not sure about anything anymore.
Listen, what have I always told you?
That no matter what happens, we'll get through it
Together. Right?
Yeah.
What happened?
I
What?
I thought I saw.
Saw what, Bree?
It couldn't have been.
Let's get our things together and go shopping. What do you think about that?
I'm all for that. Let's go.
Whoa. Check him out, Kurt.
Check who out?
A real pirate.
Nice try. It's the best one yet, but I'm still going to be.
I know you're going to win. You beat everybody playing video games. But I'm telling you the truth. There's a real life pirate over there.
Yeah. I win.
Okay, you win. So check him out. Whoa. Told ya. Are you a pirate?
No, I'm not a pirate.
Are you sure? Because you look like one of the pirates in the video game we've been playing.
What game is that?
Commodores versus Pirates.
Oh, yeah? Let me see.
This one.
It's a bad guy.
Yeah, he's a pirate.
Okay. Looks a little bit like me, but I'm one of the good guys.
But you have a patch.
Yeah, I do. I'm taking down the bad guys.
Cool. It's starting to get dark. We should probably head home.
Come on, Tommy. One more game. Not ready to go home just yet.
Not this time, Kurt. We gotta go.
All right.
I can't wait to tell Mom and Dad about the pirate we met today.
Oh my God. Are you finally putting name tags on the gifts?
Maybe.
Maybe? What do you mean maybe?
You know the rules.
What? Just because I know the rules doesn't mean I have to like them.
And there wouldn't be any rules if somebody, I'm not naming any names, Ian, wouldn't poke and shake the gifts all the time. That's why I have to wrap them first and then put the names on it closer to Christmas, because you go around shaking and trying to guess what's inside.
What? I'm good at that.
You're very good at it. And that's the problem.
Okay. You win. You win. I surrender.
All right. That's better. You know, I've been thinking.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean, uh-oh?
You've got that look in your eyes again?
Oh, what look in my eye?
That playing matchmaker look in your eyes? Who's fit to be tied this time?
Look, I'm not trying to play matchmaker. I just want to have a couple people over.
To play matchmaker?
No. What do you think about having a few family and friends over for lunch and Tour de Sullivan the day after the Christmas tree lighting ceremony?
Okay. I'll play along. But, babe, listen, serious.
What?
This is gonna require a lot of extra cooking on your part.
Look, not if we divvy the cooking up between all of those who are invited. I have some special people that I want to invite over for the holidays, and with all the lighthouse stuff going on, I want to have my friends and family close.
Okay. And if we start now, you know, I'm sure that everyone would try to come.
Yes.
But is that a gift with my name on it?
Ian.
I just think
Ian.
I think it's a gift.
You're horrible. Goodbye.
Colton. Hey, sweetie.
From your text, I thought you said you were going to be working late.
I am working late tonight. However, I had to stop by and see my fiance before going back into the office. It's been way too long since I've seen you.
It has, and it smells like you've been working at a tavern rather than an office.
Well, you know, office, tavern, golf course, it's all for the same celebration.
Looks like you've been celebrating a lot.
Yes, I have.
Sorry. Ian just texted inviting us to the Tour de Sullivan at the Xander Point Lighthouse on the 23rd.
A tour? Even better. Wait, hold on. Ian invited you, not me.
He invited us. You know their door's always open for you, even when you're trying to tear it down. Literally.
What time does this tour start?
12?
Perfect. my favorite hour.
He,
Not so much.
wait, you don't actually expect us to go, do you?
Well, yeah. They're your friends. Plus, it'll give me a chance to get reacquainted with them before the wedding.
You can't be serious.
You said their door is always open. So, let's just walk right on through. But for now, my love, I have to get back to the mayor's office before going home and doing this all over again. Hey, I'll pick you up at 11:30 for the tour thingy.
Okay.
So, Sam, how are the numbers?
I swear, Colton, you are worse than my brother's kids on Christmas Eve.
Is it time yet, Daddy? Is it time? How about now, Daddy? Is it time?
Hey, Sam, guess what? Is it time?
Stop.
Is it time?
Stop it.
Can it please be time? I tell you what, Sam. All of the hard work that we put in this year is going to pay off big time. Big time.
Well, it looks as though, don't hold me to it, mind you, but it looks as though we are gonna hit our fiscal goals for the second year in a row.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all of us, to you and to me. Too fast. Oh, come on, Sam. Wait, we just closed the best contract of our careers, and you're over here looking like, well, somebody took the snow out of old Frosty's snow globe.
Am I?
Yes, yes. Come on, Sam. What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that the cost of closing this deal might be too high.
No, you said.
I know what I said. Everything adds up. But at what cost? Do you know who's responsible for kicking Ian and Colleen out of the lighthouse? You and I are.
No. We are the middleman. Okay, once Ian signs the contract...
If Ian signs the paperwork, then I might be okay with it. But... pulling the eminent domain card on our friends? It's not cool. That's a line I don't want to cross.
Tell me this. How does a project manager have second thoughts about his own project? This is the best contract to come across my desk in years, Sam, years. I tell you what. What would you do if you were mayor?
You want to know what I would do if I were mayor? You know what I would do if I were mayor?
If it is how to tear down that lighthouse and bring that thing to rubble, I want to know every spell, hallucination, incantation, or whatever it takes to bring it down. But if we're keeping it, I don't want to hear it.
Hundreds of people visit the lighthouse every year, Colton. Colton.
Whatever you say, Slammy Demand. I'm here for it. In the meantime, you just wake me when we're good to go.
You know what? We'll talk about it on the way home.
I don't need a ride. I drove here.
You've been drinking all day.
I don't think so. I think you've been drinking all day. Where are we going?
Come on.
Well, where are we going?
We're going home.
Hey, not everyone can liquor their hold.
Why don't you tell me all about it?
Why, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Hey, Colleen. Yeah, it's Jacob. Hey, Colleen.
Oh, shh.
How you doing, Doc?
Hey. Look, I was beginning to wonder if you were going to show up. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So, you asked to see me?
Yeah, I did. I had another night terror.
Oh. How'd it make you feel?
Oh, how did it make me feel? Like chestnuts roasting on an open fire. I mean, come on. Got a little too much Mary in that Christmas. You know, I'm trained in the best negotiation tactics, and you hit me with the, how does that make you feel?
Okay, you're right.
God, straight from the rookie Q&A notes.
Okay, you're right. Now, was it the same dream?
No. It was different.
Different in what way?
The shadows, the silhouettes,
Okay.
those are gone.
So you're starting to remember?
Yeah. And I'm starting to hear things now. I can hear the pilot in my earpiece.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's not clear, but it's audible, you know?
Yeah?
And I used to be upset
Mm-hmm.
about dreaming and not understanding the dream. And now I'm upset for understanding the dream.
Yeah?
You gotta admit, I got a pretty twisted set of antlers up here, Doc. Don't you think?
I didn't say that.
I know. You actually haven't said a word this whole time, and you are usually the one talking 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, look, this is my car. Let's get in and take a drive if you'd like.
Can we walk? I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. I can hear things. I can't see anything. I don't know.
Okay, so on to the next subject. Have you talked to Bree?
Colleen. I can't, Colleen.
She needs to know that you're alive.
I can't.
Listen, if she doesn't find out from you, it will be a show.
Well, you're not going to tell her, are you?
Well, no, I can't, but she needs to see you. It's important that she sees you.
Yeah, well, I see that this is my exit, so thank you for all your mental magic, Doc.
Jacob. Call me anytime, Jacob.
Any adventures at sea today?
Every day.
See any pirates?
I got 2 today. You don't believe me? You're questioning my honor? Well, I've got proof. And I was going to give you these. But, since you're questioning my honor,
I don't doubt you.
Yeah, I believe you.
on guard, landlubber.
On guard, pirates! Ha! Pirate has reached the bow. You go both sides, you both flank him. Ha!
Oh, I'm being flanked. Oh no! I can't hold it much longer.
We got you, pirates.
Aye. But we'll meet again, mateys.
Not if we can help it.
Hey. At least now there's 2 more good guys with patches.
On guard. Well, look at what we have.
What do you guys want?
Only on that video game. And don't you forget it either, Richard. One day I will become a professional gamer.
Come on, Kurt. We're going home.
Better enjoy while you can.
What are you talking about now, Richard? I have a home.
Not gonna have a home for long.
Let's go, Kurt. Don't pay them any attention.
You don't know, do you? Kurt's dad's tearing down the lighthouses and putting hotels all over there.
That's a lie. Afraid it's not.
Whatever. Let's go, Kurt.
Hey, Colleen.
Hey. Bree, look at you, girl. You look fabulous.
Thank you. Wanda and James are having an after party tonight that Colton and I will be attending. So, yeah. Are you okay? You seem a little preoccupied.
Yeah, well, Ian was supposed to be here by now.
Ian is planning to attend tonight's ceremony?
Yeah, he was, and it's not like him to be late.
I'm surprised he's attending at all.
Well, he told James he would be here, and you know Ian.
Yes, I do.
But I tried calling him a couple times, and his phone keeps going straight to voicemail.
You know, that's interesting because I tried calling Wanda a little while ago and her phone said her voicemail was full too. And she said she'd be here.
Well, your sister has stood beside James at every event that Zanderport has ever celebrated. So I'm sure she'll be here in a bit. And I'll try calling Ian again in a few minutes.
Hey, Ian said he'd be here. He'll be here.
Okay.
There he is.
Oh. Bree? Bree?
Colleen, you wouldn't believe me if I told you because I don't even believe it myself.
Hey, babe.
Hey. I'm so glad you guys could join us. I was starting to worry about you two.
Listen, so was I, trust me. Hey.
Hey, Ian. Hey, Tommy. Hi, Miss Bree.
Look, it was such a time securing this area, but don't worry, Bree and I, we held it down.
Hey, you bet we did.
Oh, hey, there's Wanda.
Where?
Over there by the stairs.
That's my cue. See you guys tomorrow? All right. Yeah.
Thanks for coming. It looks like all local coverage. It's supposed to be national coverage, Sam. Where are they? Good to see you.
We emailed every news outlet and blasted it all over social media.
Mr. Mayor, everyone has been notified.
They're supposed to be beating down my door. Beating down my door. Yes, sir.
Hey, sis. Don't you look amazing?
Thank you.
I've been trying to reach you all day, but I'm sure you've had your hands full with James and Kurt.
Oh, you have no idea.
Appreciate
it.
Hello.
Hey.
I haven't seen you all night.
I know.
In fact, I can't see you right now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Dad!
Not now, Kurt.
Is this time I'm gonna have to move?
Not now, Kurt. Go stand with your mom and Aunt Bree.
Warm welcome to your mayor, James McClure.
Good evening, Xander Point, and Merry Christmas.
On behalf of myself and the town, welcome to Xander Point, America's best kept secret.
Well, Mayor James, it won't be a secret after tonight. Which is why Journal and Journey magazine has awarded Xander Point this year's Christmas destination.
Thank you, Journey and Journal magazine, for this wonderful award. But it wouldn't have been possible without you, the amazing people of Xander Point. It's because of you we were even nominated. Thank you. Thank you very much. We have so many exciting things planned for Xander Point. But first, I have a question. How many of you still have shopping to do? Well, you've come to the right place. Xander Point is the place to be this Christmas. Not only can you finish your shopping here, you can dine in one of our excellent restaurants or stay in one of our beautiful hotels. And one of the exciting things we have planned is the redevelopment of the Xander Point Lighthouse with a 5-star resort hotel and a professional golf course. Thank you, Journey and Journal magazine, for this prestigious award.
Well, thank you for your hospitality. Now let's get this Christmas party started. Everyone count down with me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a safe and Merry Christmas.
You. Hey.
It's hot. Careful. This is just the beginning, you know.
The beginning of what?
Of many happy, successful, wonderful nights together.
Yeah, you think so?
Definitely. Did you see the town tonight? Beautiful, right?
Yeah, it was. Beautiful.
But not as beautiful as you.
Oh.
No, and even in that dress tonight, I'm glad that I got that for you last Christmas. I do have some great taste, if I do say so myself.
Mr. Fashion Designer. Goodness.
All my great skills. But seriously, you know, I was thinking, I have successfully negotiated countless deals with multiple people over the last few months, and yet one person has seemed to elude me.
Who's that?
You, my love. The one person I most want to work with, to be with, has yet to decide, when are we getting married?
We've both been so busy this year, Colton. I mean, especially this Christmas.
We will always be busy. It's what we do. But, Bree, we have to make every moment count. Have you even thought of a date?
No. Not yet. I mean...
Well, I'll tell you what. I do have some ideas, if you'd like to go inside and discuss.
Not tonight. You have to pick me up early tomorrow, remember?
Oh, yeah, the chore thingy at the Sullivans.
Yeah, that one.
No, that doesn't start until 12.
Exactly. Good night, Colton.
Hey, Tommy?
Hey, babe. Is there anything I can do?
Yes, that's my phone. Can you go see who that is?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. Tommy!
Yes, Mom?
Hey, did you straighten your room like I asked you to?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, babe. This is your office.
Okay, now, Tommy. Now, I'm going to go check, so are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go on. I wonder why my office is calling me. They know I'm going to have company in a couple of hours. Hello, this is Dr. Sullivan? Yes. Yes, he is. No. I'll take it from here. Thank you. No. I'll take care of it. Thanks. Ha! He's coming to my Christmas party.
What is going on?
Oh, my goodness. I gotta go see one of my patients. Now, you asked if there's something you can do, and there is. Can you watch my kitchen until I get back?
Yeah. When will that be?
Oh, thanks, babe. And don't steal anything, okay? Don't touch my cookies. Okay? Bye.
Don't touch my cookies.
Jacob?
Colleen. Hey.
So I heard about that little stunt you pulled today.
What's that?
The one with the delivery driver.
That wasn't a stunt. I was being helpful. I was escorting that man and his boxes back to the cargo of his truck, that's all.
You closed the cargo door and padlocked it.
Yeah, well, he's lucky, because I thought about welding it shut.
Well, thank goodness he had his cell phone. Otherwise, he could have been locked in there for hours.
He was in there for hours.
What'd you see in your dream, Jacob?
Faces. Now all I see is faces.
Did you recognize the faces?
Yeah.
Are they the faces of the guys on your team?
Brothers.
So, other than locking people in cargo trucks, how are you dealing with all these emotions?
I like to go out on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
I read. I walk a lot.
Well, good. We're having Tour de Sullivan at our house today at noon, and I expect that you'll be there.
Colleen.
I expect to see you there.
No, I'm not coming.
Oh, yes. Listen,
I'm not coming.
I don't want to hear it. You need to get out, and you need to mingle with people, and this is where you're going to start doing it. So I'll see you today at noon.
Colleen.
Bring me flowers. Goodbye.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either.
You knew about this?
I just got here. How would I know the decanters are empty?
I'm talking about James getting Ian to sign the contract.
Oh, shoot!
Got their signatures right here. I thought you'd be more ecstatic.
No, it's not that. Trust me, I'm not upset about that. I just remembered I'm supposed to pick up Bree half an hour ago.
What's the price tag on that delay?
Don't start with me, Sam. It's much too early. Oh, she's gonna kill me.
You know, you and I had a pretty open and honest conversation about your mom the other night.
We talked about my mom?
Yeah, we did.
Did I say anything crazy?
Every day.
Well, we got a signature. I guess even Ian has his price. So, we can move forward with the lighthouse demolition.
It appears so.
For now, though, I gotta go. I'll see you, Mayor.
See you, Cole. What's that?
The contract for the demolition of the Xander Point Lighthouse that you left on my desk?
Right, right.
Looks like the only thing left is to schedule the removal of the lighthouse.
I'll take care of that. I'll take care of that.
We're out of coffee.
I can see that, Sam.
Thought you said this was gonna be fun.
I thought you said you were gonna pick me up this morning.
Bree, I already apologized. Plus, you know I'm not a morning person.
Colton, you have an ink smudge on your hand from being in the office.
Do I really?
So you were in the office.
Okay, I went in on autopilot, all right? And once I figured out what was going on, honest, I came here straight away. I promise.
Okay, Colton.
Come on now. All right, yeah, before we miss the party.
Hi, Bree. You're here.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, Ian texted me and invited us.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Colton.
Merry Christmas.
Ian invited you?
Yes. Colton and Bree. Glad y'all can make it.
Hey, Merry Christmas. Thanks for the invite. And hey, no hard feelings, huh?
No hard feelings.
And no more talking about that.
No more talking about it.
I'm gonna lose my license. Ugh. Hey, what's going on in here?
Not a whole lot at the moment.
I know what we need to do.
What's that?
Stir the pot.
Let's do it. Hey, everybody up. Come on, everybody up. Everybody up. Gather round, gather round. All right, everybody. So, who's ready to eat? Ah, nah, y'all not hungry. Ain't nobody hungry. Listen, who is ready to eat? We are! That's a little bit better. First of all, we just want to thank everybody for coming, right? We want to thank everyone for showing up, family, friends. We love you all. But before we bless this food, look, we gotta get a post check up in here. Y'all all on your phones, it's just there. We gotta get an uprising, okay? So whenever I say and the family said, y'all say thank you. And the family said, thank you! And the family said, thank you! All right, so look, we're gonna stir the pot a little bit, okay? We're gonna get down low. We're gonna start it right down here. We're gonna thank the Lord for all of his grace and his mercy, and it's because of him we have an abundance of food. And the family said, thank you! And Lord, we want to thank you for the hands that prepared this food, and we want this to forever be blessed. And the family said, thank you! And for everybody who wanted to be here and couldn't be here, and for those that are here, we want to go on and say the family said, thank you! And then they all said, amen. 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 Gotta get big.
There were candy canes and jingling chimes. Christmas in the good old times when the snow fell down and the fireplace blazed. Christmas in the olden days. Bows and candles, heartfelt cards, even brighter look the stars. You can sing along to.
It's you!
Give these to your mom.
Wait here, I'll be right back.
The good old times.
Bree, there you are.
Colton, I have to go.
What do you mean?
Will you tell Colleen thank you for us?
Wait. Are you gonna leave me here?
Just tell Colleen, Colton.
Okay, yeah, sure, that works. Hey, Colleen, Bree's gone. Oh, don't worry, I'm still here. The guy tearing down your house.
Jacob?
Bree.
I thought I saw you at Colleen's. Where have you been?
Yeah, that's a long story.
Yeah, well, I'd really like to hear it, Jacob. When did you get back?
A few months ago.
I can't believe you're here. I thought you were...
Yeah, a lot of people thought that, but, you know, look at you. I mean, you ain't changed a bit. Should I say Dr. Broughton?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's Nurse Broughton now, actually.
Really?
I decided I wanted to have a more personal relationship with my patients, so
Yeah.
I went to nursing school.
Okay.
You haven't changed a bit either. I mean, still dodging all the questions I asked.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
How's James and Wanda?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay, you got me. So what are you doing here?
What are you doing here? Jacob.
Okay, you got me again. I don't know. Just all my best memories are here at the lighthouse. My all-time favorite memory.
Yeah, well, continue.
Okay, well, I first saw you down there at the beach. And you're with your family. Wanda ran off with her friends and you were mad because you wanted her to build sandcastles with you. There goes your big sister. And I finally wasn't mad at my parents anymore because the anger of a 5th grader, there's nothing more serious, let me tell you. And I was mad that they packed us up and moved us here to Xander Point. But then I was happy.
Why is that?
I saw a beautiful girl by the lighthouse that I hoped one day I would have the courage to ask out.
And you did.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I can laugh about it now.
Yeah, I bet you can. But man, it feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, it does.
At the same time, it kind of feels like life's trying to catch
you
back
back
up.
up. Yeah, it does. Wow. I don't know. How long are you staying in Xander?
I never really had a reason to leave Xander Point.
Does it hurt?
What?
Your eye.
Oh. No.
I'm sorry. I just... May I?
Bree, what is that? Are you engaged or something?
I am.
This whole time you've never said a word about that?
Why won't you tell me where you've been all this time?
It's not that I don't want to, it's that I can't. But you having a fiance is something I could have talked about. Jeez. You know, I wouldn't have kissed you if I'd have known you were engaged.
Did you even try to look for me?
Look, Bree, just...
Did you even try to find me, Jacob? All this time. When you arrived in Xander Point, did you even look for me?
I wanted to. But, I mean, look at me, Bree.
I see you, Jacob. I see you
in every coffee shop, in every store.
I live on a boat by Howard's Bridge. It's not exactly the kind of home I want to bring you to.
Yeah, well, you'd be surprised how some of the most established of estates wouldn't qualify as being a home.
I guess I do have a reason to leave.
You just got back.
I know. But you never left.
Bree? Where have you been? I've been calling you all day long. I've been driving all over town. What is going on?
I'm sorry. I had to get away for a little bit. I'm sorry. I just needed to clear my head.
Well, I get that. I understand. We've been dating for 2 years now. I know you a little bit. I mean, Bree, the lighthouse today honestly went better than I expected. I mean, I understand why people are drawn to Ian and Colleen. They're just...
Colton, I don't really know how to say this or do this, but I need to return this.
What? Bree, what? Listen, if this is about the lighthouse, then
It's not about the lighthouse. It's about you and me and something that's lacking in this relationship.
What? Where is this coming from, Bree? I don't see any of this.
I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't.
Is this really how you feel? I'll never be him, will I?
Hey, Tommy. Hope you got all your bags packed and ready to move out tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Christmas, Richard, and I'm not moving anywhere. But you can come over and find out.
I won't have to. I'll read all about it in the paper tomorrow.
Read. That's a good one.
You wanted to play catch? Let's play.
Wait.
Hey!
No wonder you're playing in the outfield instead of on the pitcher's mound. I've got a question.
Ask away.
It's not for you, Richard. Why do you hang around with these guys?
Because she'd rather hang out with us than play video games with you guys all day.
You can hang out with us anytime, Olivia.
Why? So you can play virtual games all day long?
Maybe the professional gamer can build Tommy a virtual home.
That's enough, Richard. Time for you guys to go home. Now!
Tommy, Kurt's tying his dad's boat!
What?
Stay there.
Carter, don't listen to these guys.
Yeah, Kurt, we were just messing around.
Don't do it, Kurt. I'm sorry.
Seriously, Kurt, that's a two-man boat. You need help with that. Leave me alone.
Let's play another game, Kurt.
It's too late.
Not with me, Kurt.
You wanted me to leave? I will leave. No.
No, Kurt! Kurt! Kurt, come back!
You're in trouble now, Richard.
Did you honestly call off your engagement to Colton?
Last night, after speaking to Jacob.
Jacob? Bree, you're not making any sense. Jacob
is supposed to be dead. I know, but he's not, Wanda. He's lost an eye, he's suffering from severe PTSD, and now he's back in Xander Point. And Colleen knew about it the entire time.
Wow. This is a lot. But I'm sure Colleen had a very good reason for not telling you about Jacob.
I mean, I know why she couldn't tell me, but it's still hard to process. I mean, you should have seen me when I recognized him. His appearances have changed, but not who he is. I found him where we used to meet at the old lighthouse. And for me, it was like no time had passed. Like, we picked up right where we left off.
I want to hear all about this. I'll be right back.
Miss Wanda!
Olivia?
Miss Wanda! Kurt's taking Mr. James' boat!
Kurt wouldn't take James's boat.
But he did!
Why would Kurt take his dad's boat?
Because of Richard!
Who's Richard?
Richard is this kid that Kurt's been having trouble with at school. Hello, James? Yes, we have an emergency.
Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm Allison Reynolds. As we prepare for some unreasonable winter weather, an Amber Alert has been issued for Xander Point and the surrounding areas to be on the lookout for 10-year-old Kurt McClure, the son of Mayor James and Wanda McClure. Kurt McClure was last seen taking his father's, Mayor James McClure's boat through the canal and out to sea earlier this afternoon after being a possible victim of bullying by some of his peers. If you have any information regarding the whereabouts of Kurt McClure or of any incidents leading up to his disappearance, please contact the Sheriff's Office. I'm Allison Reynolds for WXPN News.
Welcome to Xander Point News. On the heels of winning an award as one of the top Christmas destinations,
Hey,
an Amber
Colleen.
Alert is still in effect for one of
Colleen.
Xander Point's own, Kurt McClure. Kurt took his father's
Yeah.
boat to escape being bullied by his peers. If you have any information regarding the whereabouts of Kurt McClure or of any
Where's
incidents
Tommy?
leading up to his disappearance,
Where's Tommy?
please contact the
Kurt?
Sheriff's Office.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
Allison
come
Reynolds
down.
for WXPN
Come on.
News.
Thank you, Allison. We're outside the mayor's office right now, where we're hoping to hear from him any minute.
Where's the mayor? Where's the mayor? What's going on?
The mayor is home with his wife, where he should be.
Have you heard anything from Kurt?
All we know is that Kurt was being bullied by some kids. Why don't you go ask them?
Now, what about the sheriff's office? Have they been in contact?
Please, everybody, we're just trying to get home.
Please, we have not been contacted by the sheriff's office yet, but we hope to be very soon.
How soon?
Okay, that's all we have for now. Thank you.
Please
Now, has the mayor changed his opinion on the lighthouse?
No comment.
Please tell us. Please tell us more. Really?
There you go, Allison. We're hoping to have a little press conference a little bit later on this evening. If we have any updates, we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Kelly Nash, Xander Point News.
My boy. Please, find Kurt. Please bring back my son. It's impossible. We're nowhere near the...
We wanted to come see you.
Yeah, we came over as soon as we could.
Have you guys heard anything?
No, for a brief moment, I thought you guys might have some more information.
I wish I did. But Ian and I are with you guys all the way. And we're here to help in any way we can.
Yeah, anything you need, just let us know.
There's something we want to do to help.
Yes, we do.
What's that?
Well, if you and James approve, we'd like to have a prayer vigil for Kurt at the church just before sunrise.
Oh, but that would take away from your Christmas morning.
No. Colleen and I couldn't think of a better time for the vigil than Christmas. I mean, that is if you guys would allow us the privilege to do so.
We think that'd be wonderful.
Good morning, friends, family, and guests. On this beautiful Christmas morning, a friend, a son, and a neighbor is missing. We know that Kurt McClure didn't take his father's boat out of rebellion. Kurt was being bullied, and he took the boat out of desperation and protection. Kurt's not a thief. He's an amazing kid, that found himself in a situation that we all have found ourselves in at one point in our lives. Some more than others. You know who you are. But I came here to tell you this morning that you are not alone. Kurt is out there this Christmas morning. I'd like to ask you to join me in a moment of silence and pray for Kurt. And as you pray for Kurt, I'll pray for you. Any of you who are feeling lost and alone, bullied and isolated, so afraid because you believe that there's no way out. Let me let you know that on this Christmas morning, there is always hope. Let us pray.
That was beautiful, Colleen. Thank you.
Thank you, Bree. That's the least I could do for your nephew.
You know, I was very upset with you when I found out that you knew about Jacob this whole time.
Bree, let's talk about that later. I just really want to concentrate on finding Kurt right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know who this is, and they've been calling me all day.
Oh, let me see. Oh, no, this is Jacob. Answer it.
What? Hello? Hi, Jacob? Yeah, yes. He's found Kurt. Okay. Yeah, we'll be right there. Thank you. Jacob's found Kurt. They're gonna be at the lighthouse in 20 minutes.
Okay, let's go. Looks like Kurt found his way back home. It's Kurt! It's Kurt!
Kurt, we've been looking all over for you, son.
I'm sorry I took your boat, Dad.
No, Kurt. I'm the one who's sorry.
What happened? Are you okay? Richard and his friends were messing with me while me and Tommy were just playing video games. So I stole the boat. I tried to get back, but the engine ran out of gas. I went for the lighthouse to guide me here, and Jacob to bring me back. I would have still been out there. I'm so glad you're back.
Thank you, Jacob. Thank you.
The lighthouse works, Dad. It does.
It sure does.
I believe you, Kurt. I believe you.
Oh, you can't be serious right now. You believe? What do you believe?
What do you say? What did you say to me?
I said
What are you saying? I can't understand you. Say it one more time.
What are you doing?
Yes, I believe.
The lighthouse works. I saw the light. You're done here, traitor.
Hey, I am just getting warmed up to this.
So does that mean the lighthouse stays?
If you think for 1 second, because of this little holiday optimism, that anything has changed, you are gravely mistaken. Do you hear me? because that lighthouse is coming down.
You're finished. Yes, the lighthouse stays.
Jacob! Jacob!
What are you doing?
You don't actually expect me to believe that you were lost out there, do you? You know every inch of this water.
He was scared, Bree. He thought he saw the light from the lighthouse, and I guess he thought I saw it too, and that's what was guiding us home. I don't know. Who was I to tell me either? What are you doing, Bree?
Trying to get your attention.
Shouldn't you be saving your attention for, I don't know, your fiance?
Funny you say that. I don't have one.
What? Well, Miss Broughton. How do you plan on getting my attention?
You're starting a little friendly fire.
Even when I was lost at sea, you still mean everything to me. It doesn't matter how far I go, your light brings me home, 'cause you're my home. When I thought that I was drifting, you know I never gave up wishing. And I can't go any farther. Just take me back to the night, to the moment when my whole world started. You put your hand in mine. No, we never thought it would be easy. Our eyes were burning bright. Come on, baby, don't you trust me? Let's start a friendly fire.
Get your attention. Just wanna be where you are. Oh, there is no other. Yeah, you got every piece of my heart.
Baby, you got my attention. I just wanna be where you are. And you don't have to wonder, because this is just the start.
Baby, from this moment,
And for the rest of my life,
whatever you want, you got it.
just put your hand in mine. No, it won't be easy, but that's not what love is like. Come on, baby, don't you trust me? Let's start a friendly fire. Baby, from this moment, and for the rest of our lives, whatever you want, you got it. Just put your hand in mine. No, it won't be easy. This love is burning bright. Come on, baby, don't you trust me? Let's start a friendly fire.
Let's start a friendly fire. 'Cause this love is burning bright.